welcome a first-time guest, Michael from Rocha Auto Sales. Michael, great to meet you officially.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. I was telling you earlier, I think this is COVID brought us together. You know, we're in similar industries, and insurance and cars kind of go hand in hand. So it's nice to finally meet you.
Yeah, it's something that's weird. I've seen so many people, especially early on, the first month, Zoom was big and people were having Zoom happy hours and stuff, and then it's tailed off. But like this weird time has forced a lot of people to do things differently, right?
Yes, definitely. I'm sure your industry, our industry, you adapt. Most of it's minor adaptations, and I don't mind adapting with change. So it's been pretty easy for us to adapt.
So talk to me about Rocha Auto Sales. You guys moved here, what, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, something around there?
Well, my mother came out here first to be with my grandparents who weren't doing well health, and she's been out here for, I think it's been 15 years or so. Grandparents lived here their whole life. And then my sister came out, then I eventually came out. So I've been out here for about 4 years. I came out to start the auto business is what brought me out here.
So tell me about that, because when I heard about this, I think my wife knew maybe your sister, someone in the same circle, and they're like, oh, he's starting a car lot. And my head exploded. Like, I couldn't imagine just starting that and what it takes and why and what your experience is. So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. I'll give you the short version because obviously I could talk for hours about my journey here. I've been in the business for about 20 years now. So 15 years before I started this business. And I became in the industry where I came from in Southern California or Central California, San Luis Obispo area, kind of the guy that would go to dealerships that were needed help with their process or maybe weren't doing the numbers they expected. I'd go in there, kind of fix them, get them up and running, make some pretty good money doing that as kind of like a consultant. I was a manager, but would consult them, fix them. So I kind of got the idea of, well, if I can fix other people's places, maybe I could do this on my own. And I noticed there was no dealership in Swim. So I was like, well, if somebody knows something I don't, this might be a bad idea, or it's maybe an untapped market. But we'll roll the dice and see what happens. And luckily, the community's been very, very supportive of our local family-run business here. And I have nothing but positive things about Swim community. Love it.
So it wasn't just a fly-by-night wild hair idea. You obviously came with a wealth of experience. You knew what you were doing.
Yes, I have to say, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I was not a novice. I had been doing this for a while and kind of saw the good, the bad, and the ugly in the car business, and definitely wanted to be able to do what I thought was the right thing to help people out.
So tell me then, I have had clients that have used you, friends that have used you. Tell me what you guys provide, because you're obviously not a Ford or a Toyota dealer. You're a local independent used car dealer, would you call it? Or what do you call yourself?
Yep. We're actually, the industry name is, they call us independent dealers. I'm part of the Independent Dealers Association of Washington. The other one would be a franchise dealer, and that's what you were referring to, Ford, Toyota. So we just deal in used cars and trucks, SUVs. And some of the unique things about our business here is we do offer full financing. So some people aren't aware that they can come in here. We can go through their local credit union, usually sign them up right here. We're part of the CUDL, which stands for Credit Union Direct Lending. So it's a real easy process. We have online applications on our website that they can fill out. All our inventory's on there. Carfax is posted there. Original window stickers are posted on there when those are available. So we try to be as transparent as possible. All our cars have Carfaxes sitting in there. So we offer, that type of service, but we also offer a consignment service, which makes us a little bit unique, that we're the only ones in the county that really do that.
So how does that work? If someone had, let's say they had an extra vehicle they didn't want to deal with Craigslist or something, they get to bring it to you and then you sell it for them?
Correct. That's pretty much a very good summary of what we do. The little thing that's a little different for us is there is no fee. So when somebody wants to sell their car for us, as long as they do it for a 90-day consignment, give us at least 90 days to sell, then they don't have to pay anything. Worst case scenario, at the end of the consignment, they can take their vehicle back if it didn't sell. If there was something that maybe we just missed the market a little bit and they want to leave it on consignment, still no fees. But typically when somebody brings a car in consignment, part of the reason why we don't charge the fees is we usually sell well over 90% of the consignments that we receive in.
And so obviously when you do sell it, you guys are getting some form of commission.
Yeah,
You're not doing this. I mean, it's a business. It's not out of the goodness of your own heart, right?
Absolutely. There's a markup that we do above and beyond their number, so that doesn't affect them. So discounts come off of our end, expenses come off of our end. They know upfront what they're getting, so we give them a guaranteed value right up front before they make the decision to use us for a consignment.
So I come to you with my 2010 Silverado and I say, I think I should get 14 for it. And you go, great, I think we can get, in your head, maybe I can get 16 for it. And I'll give you your 14. I'll take I'll advertise it, market it, clean it up, detail it, and then we make our profit, right?
Correct. Absolutely. That's exactly how our consignment program works here at Rocha Family Auto Sales. And we also, it's a quick process. The appraisal, you come in with your car, it's usually about 10 minutes is what we need to give you the numbers. And then about another 5 minutes to do the paperwork. It's 1 to 3 forms, depending if you have a loan on it or not. But yeah, some people think, oh, I can't consign my car because I still owe money. That's actually where we can be really helpful, because it's hard to sell a car when you don't have title. You got to pay it off. And then you get into kind of how do I handle this? And how's the person going to pay me? And we can handle all that and for you. And so the person purchasing has peace of mind and you have peace of mind. We can guarantee on both.
Yeah, you're like a professional middleman that obviously makes that a better transaction for someone trying
Correct. Yep. And we sell it usually in a lot quicker time than what they can do on their own.
So I wanted to draw to attention something that I first found out about that I think is really cool, because one of my clients actually won, I think it was not like a month ago, but last year. You guys do something really cool for the Sequim High School seniors. There was a phone call I got about like a 1970s Volkswagen Bug convertible. Can you talk to me about that? And I'll probably put a picture up right here of it.
Yeah, absolutely. That is the funnest thing that we get to do. Just like I watched your earlier one with Kyler Rigg talking about sponsorship of teams. We love to do that. My wife and I both coach in soccer. Can't wait to get back on the pitch and do that.
Yeah.
But we've been community minded. So that's been one thing that led us to the path of what can we do for the high school? And they have the sober grad night, and the community's so supportive of that. They get showered in gifts and money, and just what a wonderful experience that we can do for our youth here. And I had the idea that I wanted to donate a car and give it away to a graduating senior and kind of make it an annual thing. And we did that when we first opened our first year. And we just gave our third one away this year. And it's so much fun. And it's everyone that goes to the sober grad party. So basically every graduate has an equal chance of winning it, which is just wonderful.
That's so cool. So are these cars that you've bought at auction, or you're buying from locally and then you decide this is the one we want to give away?
Yes. So as we get closer to the date, we kind of look at our inventory, and I look at what vehicle, I can afford to donate. And yes, we get it. Most of our cars are actually locally sourced. We comb the same places that a normal consumer would: Craigslist and Facebook and the Auto Trader. So we're always looking for locally sourced cars. We tend to get better quality cars that way.
Yeah.
So over half our inventory comes from that. Of course, that's still not enough. We have to supplement it with some auction cars. So we do that. But those are a little tougher to get the good ones at a fair price. So those are just supplementing our inventory. Our main inventory is the locally sourced stuff.
Awesome. So when this gets out there and you become the obviously best known independent used car dealer in Clallam County, you'll want people getting a hold of you how to sell their cars. Do you want them to go to the website, email, text? I'm going to put it right below here. How do you want them to get a hold of you?
Actually, any of the way. I'm really fortunate that I have some really good crew members, Mitch and Austin, who are very tech savvy. So they can do some amazing things with the apps that we have here in technology. A lot of our customers are surprised how many different ways we can communicate with them. We can send them, a lot of paperwork, even over to their cell phone, and pictures and descriptions of cars, Carfaxes. So they're really up on that. So any way that anyone feels comfortable contacting us, especially with, the COVID situation we're in right now, online, they can FaceTime, show you, go around the car and walk around with you. We can even do in-home deliveries if it's a local stuff. So however they feel contacting us is the easiest way. Most people prefer the phone just to get because then they can ask questions that pop up in their mind. But in any way we can handle it.
That's awesome. I want to commend you being new to the community. I think what you guys are doing is awesome. The way that you injected yourself to do the sports sponsorship, to do these different programs, the high school stuff. It's the best way to make, raving fans of your business. So kudos. I'm a big believer in all that. And I got to ask you one question to put you on the spot. I'm going to try to ask some different questions here, and it has nothing to do with it. If you were not in the car business, what would you be doing? What do you think? What do you think is a different career path or life choice you could have made, and where would you be?
Very interesting question, considering that this was not what I wanted to do when I first got into the industry 20 years ago. I actually had got out of the Navy. I did 4 years in the Navy, got out. I have my degree in criminal justice, thought about being a police officer or maybe going to law school. But when I got out of the military, my dad was a manager of a Toyota dealership. And he says, hey, why don't you come sell cars for me when you get out? I said, Dad, I don't want to be a car salesman. And he goes, just do it temporarily until you figure out what you want to do. And actually, after a few months, I realized it wasn't the stereotype that I thought it was. I thought it was, I hate to say it, but I thought it was these sleazy people trying to rip people off. And the industry has fortunately changed. And I've seen the change even in the 20 years I've been here. More disclosure to customers, more upfront and honesty. And the internet's actually helped as far as comparison, being able to do the pricing. So I think that's partially of what led us to be successful, is our transparency, being competitive. My theory is it shouldn't cost you more to buy local, so if there's prices, people find a similar car out of the area, I've price matched many, many vehicles because I want to keep that business local. And then they have a local person to talk to. So to answer the first question that I really got off track.
I was going to make you circle back around. I wasn't going to let you off the hook.
Yeah, I would probably have gone into law or maybe a police officer. So looking what's going on in the world and stuff, I think I made the right choice.
Well, I didn't know that about you. So thank you for your service and serving the country. That's awesome. And it means that you have a great BS meters when you're sitting across from people. If you're going to possibly into criminal justice, I'm sure you can look someone in the eye and be like, this guy's so full of it. I know exactly where we're going here.
I don't know about that, but I did have to do interrogations and stuff when I was in there. So maybe that helped a little bit, but that's not what a customer gets here. It's definitely an easy process. Our reviews are good. We try to keep people happy. I joke around. I say, you don't know how hard it is to sell used cars for a living and maintain a 5-star review. It takes a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. It's fun seeing people happy. It's fun exceeding their expectations. When, oh, my car broke down, I've had it a month. What can I do? How much is this going to cost me? And I'm like, I already handled it. They're like, the whole thing? I'm like, sure. So it feels so good and so nice, but I can do that because the community has supported us. We're now the #1 independent dealer in Clallam County for the 2nd year in a row. So that's pretty awesome to have that. So I really thank the community for their help.
Well, congratulations. That's awesome. And for those of you who don't know, like I've said, I put the website down below, but they are just on 101, just west of town as you make your way towards Carlsberg, right before you get to Sunny Farms, which is obviously a big landmark in Sequim. So before Carlsberg Road on 101 on the north side of the road, and you'll see the website and everything. So Michael, dude, you did it. We're through.
It was fun. Yeah,
awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. And hopefully we can see more fun cars and get some more pictures of those high school grads getting some free wheels.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, I'm hoping the cars will get nicer as the years go on. So
at some point it'll be, some sort of Corvette convertible, maybe in 20 years, 20 years time or something like that.
Yeah. The class of 2040. Yeah. We'll see.
I'll hold you to it. All right, man. Well, thank you for joining. It's good to meet you.
All right. Good to meet you.
All right, buddy.
Thank you.
Later.